Hello and welcome back to the Dynamic Duo podcast. As we promised, there's more content on the way, and as you can see, it's another live because, as you've seen by the title of the video, well, live, and also this screenshot, we're talking about The Lanterns episode 1, and it's our review. So I am Kanan Wolf, that is MMA King Crease Jr., probably this way because I realize in the recordings they go backwards, and because on my screen you're there, but apparently it's over there. So let's just fix that. Anywho, Danny, sir. So it's time to give our allotted thoughts on this masterpiece of a show.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell by my initial words, no, we don't think it was a masterpiece of a show. If anything, I'm kind of concerned, like, if this doesn't get any better in the next couple episodes, because we're going to be covering it weekly, so if you've no liked and hit that wee subscribe button, you know what to do. Go check it, come check it out. We're going to be honest. We're not going to sit here and just say it was good because it's grounded. You know, we're actually going to go in depth analysis with that stuff. Because to be honest with you, I just got done watching it not like too long ago on recommendation of Danny. Yeah. So let's just start out with, right. So this show lovely starts, you know, nice and grounded and gritty with Jon Stewart. So basically, this is supposed to show you Jon Stewart and how he came to be in this trainee position. You see him as a kid for more than 5 minutes. He gets a gunshot at his head at an apple, and that's pretty much it. Next minute, we're transported to 2016, and I'm like, okay, right, this is where it's going to go down. Hal Jordan runs him off a cliff, and he makes his way back, and that's roughly it. And then I'm like, okay, are we going to get more backstory on Jon? No, all we get is Hal being like, he's on the way back, you know, he shoots out a holographic sort of weird thing from the ring, which I didn't know, by the way. Last time I checked in the comic books, that's not a thing. So I don't know why the fuck that's in there, but hey, I guess they're starting new lore. You know, you can't really say much for somebody that didn't even want green in the title. It's called the Lanterns. So, you know, but yeah, so we follow Jon, and you know, he catches up and basically tells Hal about his own hologram, and he's like, oh no, there's an alien on Earth, and then he just basically flies off. You see Jon driving a car to where he is. Here comes Mrs. Sheriff Carey, who's not got a last name to save herself for some reason. Apparently they're hiding her second name. I don't know why. Must be some sort to do with the plot, I'm hoping or assuming, because otherwise why the fuck she just called Sheriff Carey? But you know, we'll soon find out, I guess. But then I'm like, right, it's time to get this set up. There's going to be alien fights. There's going to be something cool going on. No, we get a weird disposition of that guy's clearly an alien. Our sheriff's like, fuck you, Hal. And we don't know the reason why she hates Hal so much. So, yeah, like, it's implied that she's dealt with him before, but we don't really know too much.
This is a bad version of Men in Black, bro. Just let's call it what it is. This is Men in Black, just horror. This is not good, man.
For me, it was way too slow. Like I spent 15 minutes hoping for something major to happen, and then like the ending of it, you know, we already knew what was happening because it was spoiled months ago that there's a good chance that Hal's going to be, spoilers ahead if you've not watched the episode, dead. But he wasn't dead though. Like, they keep implying that, is it really Hal? So is he really dead? Or are they going to switch it up because they heard how much fan backlash there was going to be for it? We don't know. But within this entire thing, I'm like, yeah, we're going to see some cool fighting, maybe some action. No, it went along like a generic TV show where it was more about random conversations. Like, you get Hal and Jon chilling in a bar. Hal starts a bar fight to try and interrogate this alien because he's not allowed in there. You know, we have some random lawyer guy showing up to save his ass, who's obviously going to play more into the story later on, but okay.
Let me say this. It's like, if this wasn't Green Lantern show and this was like a Taylor Sheridan show, like, you know, like Landman or like, you know, Yellowstone or something, I will enjoy it more, right? I will enjoy it more, however. But this is supposed to be Green Lantern. This is where it needs to be fantastical. Like,
space cops. Literally, they're space cops.
This is I hate to be that guy, but this is the one time where you need James Gunn to do this one. Like this is the project. This is the project.
Yeah.
You have a group of Adam. This is a layup for James Gunn. You have a group of project.
No, this could have been a slam dunk. He could have thrown his finesse on it, but no, he passed it to someone else. And for some reason, it doesn't feel like a Lantern show. It more feels like like you said, more like a Yellowstone Western, where like Men in Black vibes, where like they give you a preposition of these people, aliens can basically mimic humans perfectly, and then it's like, oh well, Hal's dead at the end. It's like, well, is it really him? Could it be an alien disguised himself as him? Like,
it's the Manhunters or whatever. The Manhunters are like basically the police force before the Lanterns. These are before the Guardians. Like, you know, but the thing was, the reason why the Manhunters they got rid of the Manhunters is because, let's just say, they were a little too good at their job, and like, you know, they were just stopping people for the sake of stopping people or whatever. Like, you know,
they were walking about curb stomping motherfuckers. Let's be real, right?
Yeah,
they're putting them in the ground when they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, and like, you know, with the Lanterns, like, you know, they got more of a heart or whatever. They can like decide, okay, is this person good or not or whatever, or maybe this person made a mistake. They got more of a conscience, where the Manhunters didn't have a conscience, from what I have like read and like, you know, researched about or whatever, and just watched the Justice League cartoon too, with Jon Stewart going to trial and stuff like that. So, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Unfortunately for me, like, this show was a dud. Like, so far, I want something more, because let's be real. The Lantern show should be about space cop stuff, like Jon Stewart screwing up his flying lessons, doing something a bit wacky and weird. You know, this is what Lanterns is, right? I'm not the biggest Green Lantern fan. I don't know every single part of the lore, but all I know is this shit ain't it. So you're telling me it's heavily implied that Hal is hooked up with the sheriff, because clearly she has a hatred for him, and he seems to have an attraction to her. But then not only that, Jon Stewart outright just bangs Grandma. Like, okay, Grandma's getting some, I guess. And the worst part is, it's also implied that the husband knows about what happened. And it's just a weird interaction of like, don't eat on another man's grill. It's like, what the fuck are you on about? Okay, the dialogue is terrible too. Like, some of the conversations just don't feel realistic in the slightest. It's like, okay, where are we going with this? It's like, oh, I bet it's horrible working for someone you don't respect. I do respect him though. He's fearless. And she's like, he's not fearless. He's lonely. Oh yeah, we're playing into this trope. And the two other things that John does in this that really grinds my gears, as Family Guy once said. One, he's a fucking vegan for no reason. Okay, cool. I guess you can do that, because they don't really necessarily, you know.
It's pretty gay.
That's Danny's view. But for me, it just makes no sense. It's like, okay, why is that in there? We don't need that disposition. Like, yeah, cool, he's a vegan. Yeah, we'll put on some fucking tofu steaks or some shit. Cool. What the fuck is that?
How are you that massive in your Okay, let me shut up. Never mind. I'm not gonna understand.
Not just that. The second one is when he's hooking up with old girl, he uses the lantern ring to light her cigarette. Like, what the fuck is that? What is going on with that storytelling, my dude?
It's because we're trying to be edgy, man. This is not your grandpa's Green Lantern.
Prime example of grounded doesn't always equal good, especially superhero shit. We need to get rid of this fucking grounded shit. Sometimes it works. Arguably, sometimes people have different opinions on that too. Because even me, I'm known for my Batman takes when it comes to very, very grounded Batman. Okay? But there's a reason for it. Because ever since that shit happened, we're getting this shit. It's grounded. It's dark. It's serious. But it's fucking boring. Like, I sat for 50 minutes going, what the fuck is going to happen? Nothing. Nothing. The worst part is they try to do a time jump and they go, you know what we're going to do to make Jon Stewart look older? Make him grow a beard. Fucking fantastic. And then they had the audacity to have the cheek to throw in a line. oh yeah, you look just as young as you used to. Of course he does. All he's done is grown a fucking beard. There wasn't any aging up shit.
Remember, black doesn't crack.
Like, there's no aging up effects. There's nothing to show that it's an older. Like, Hal looks the fucking same as well. He's still great. There's nothing different. So I'm trying to believe that this is, well, nearly 2016 to fucking 2026. That's like 10 years a gap. And there's fuck all change to the characters. Okay, great. I hope that they don't try to explain it away with, like, because you had the ring, it makes you look younger. Because if they start doing that shit, I'm getting pissed.
See, that's not even how the ring works, because like when the way the ring works is like when somebody dies or whatever, the ring chooses a different person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have 2 Green Lanterns running around. We know Guy's going to be in this at some point, so it's going to be. I'm not excited for this show. Like, I'm worried if this doesn't perform well. I'm telling you, Man of Tomorrow has to be a 10 out of 10 or the DCU is cooked. Because we have one decent movie, which was Superman. One decent movie so far. Everything else has failed or been boring. That is not looking good for DCU.
What about Clayface, though? What about Clayface?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Clayface, okay? That's going for shock body horror. We'll see if that's any good. But as of right now, when it comes to the show, they really need to start doing more. Because, I'm sorry, the way they just handle the characters in this show, I didn't have a fucking interest in them. Like, I couldn't get into them. I was like, so he's the senile old man. Also, whilst watching it, how much stuff did I predict, Danny? It was that predictable. I was like, is this what's going to happen? You're sitting going quiet. And I'm like, so that's what's happening. Okay. Then they have Jon Stewart. Sheriff Kerry phoning up Commissioner Gordon, because James Gunn has actually said this officially, that's who she was phoning, and saying hi to Barbara. Why the fuck are middle fucking nowhere sheriffs in Nebraska phoning Gotham City? For what reason?
They just want to let you know that the Batman does exist in this universe.
I get that, but why? Even if she believed it was an alien, how was sitting telling her the entire time it was a fucking alien? She kept going, no, it's no. No, it's no. So, what's the fucking point in voting Commissioner Gordon? What's Commissioner Gordon going to say? Oh, yeah, the Green Lantern's trying to interrogate someone. Oh, Commissioner Gordon's going to go, well, he's a good guy, do it. Because he fucking does it with Batman every other fucking time. So, I don't see what the fuck that was in there for. It just feels like it was just thrown in there to be like, by the way, Batman does exist. But why? We've not seen any stuff from Batman yet. You're giving us Clayface before Batman, and now you've given us a weird nod to Commissioner Gordon that makes no sense canonically.
Yeah.
Like, it's just thrown in there as a throwaway line. And then Gunn has to come out and go, by the way, when she says Barbs, that is meant to be Barbara Gordon, because she was talking to Commissioner Gordon. Why? Where is the backstory? All that happens in that scene is John walks in, hears her on a phone call for 2 minutes, and then they fuck off to go interrogate the fucking alien. And even at that, the alien that left much to be desired. I'm like, okay, this is going to get interesting. Is there going to be a fist fight? Is it going to be like really good? Give some boring long dialogue of, you don't understand my power, and I'm like, okay, well, fucking show me something then. He goes to blow himself up, and whoop to do. Hal stops it in the first 2 minutes. Okay, so that's what I've waited 50 minutes. Well, like, that's in like the 40, 30 minute. So I've waited a good like 20 odd minutes by this point to see something intriguing other than Jon Stewart banging someone's grandma. What the fuck? Okay, cool. Where the fuck's the green? There's no green in this show other than when the ring flashes. And even at that, they don't use it. Like, they do use green when it comes to the actual, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. But
David Lindelof even said that he thought the green and Green Lanterns is stupid. Like, he thought
I know, and this is why I'm saying this guy should not be running a show about the Lanterns then. Like, because the Lanterns are all about the fucking green. Also, they use the ring as a way to light a cigarette. Right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought of that as a scene? Because let's be real, right? If I'm making a DC project, the first thing I think when it comes to Jon Stewart, I'm not going to, be like, oh yeah, let's put Jon Stewart in a car, banging a grandma and going, here, let me light that for you. That is weird. Like, I don't care how anybody tries to spin that. It's fucking weird, especially because you know the guy knows that he banged his wife, but he's just all right with it. Like, what the fuck? Okay, cool, I guess. And it's like,
that's a shout out to my homeboy Jacob. We're tired of this cuckoldery, man. Like,
yes, thank you. It's fucking weird. He goes to a house for a barbecue, and it's all like, oh, the guy that bailed him out that's his wife. Okay, cool. What the fuck is going on then? There's nothing coherent.
No, I love the fact that Hal just said, like, dude, you haven't even been here 24 hours and you already banged somebody's wife. Cool. Like, no, not cool. Hal would not say that. What are we doing?
Yeah, like what? Like, Jon is not being Jon in this show. Like, he's like, I'm not even a massive Lanterns fan, and I'm sitting thinking to myself, what the fuck am I watching? So I imagine actual Lantern fans going like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Hal a grumpy old man that seems to be not as nice as his holographic self?
You know who likes this show? It's the people that like True Detective, because this is basically based off of True Detective. That's why it's doing so good on the popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, you know, this is for
what the fuck True Detective is, to be honest. So I couldn't tell
it's a pretty dope show. However,
like, fair enough. Hey, hands up. I've not watched it, so I'm not gonna sit and say
the first season's really good, and the second season's pretty good, and then after that it just becomes stupid or whatever. But so it's pretty much a HBO classic type of show. So, you know, the normal people that are not comic book fans, or the people that are not really that know superheroes but not tied to the Green Lantern lore like that, they're probably gonna like this this show more. But if you know the characters, if you know the lore or whatever, you're gonna have major nitpicks. You're gonna be like, okay, what? But why is Hal not heroic? Why is Jon Stewart like being adulterer? Like, that's just not the characters. Like, those are not the characters.
They've got Jon acting like Captain America, being like boy soldier, like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Like, yeah, he is very much so similar to that in certain adaptations, and I'll give them that. But like, he doesn't question anything. He's always like, also that stupid scene when he does realize it's an alien, he's like, we need to follow the law, so I'm going to go tell the woman.
But okay, to be fair to like the writing of Jon Stewart, they actually kind of getting him right, because that's how he was on Justice League. He will question things or whatever, or like he'll tell the group, "Yo, we got to do it like this" or whatever. Like, to even where.
No, this is what I'm saying. I don't feel like that's what we got with him in this show, though. He didn't question many things. Like, he just was saying yes all the time. And the only reason why he's going to tell the woman isn't it because he wants to go and tell her about the threat, is because I have an obligation. Like, yeah, maybe it is closer to the character in certain iterations, and I'll get that. That's fair. And especially in the animated series. Hold my hands up to that.
But, because like when it came with Jon Stewart on the Justice League series, like there were times where, like, you know, he will question some stuff or whatever, and then like there'd be times where he'll just take the leader role, and like, you know, even Superman and Batman will say like, all right, Jon, we respect your leadership, because, you know, Jon worked for the Marines or whatever, so he knows how to lead people and everything. So, you know, that was the great thing about the Justice League cartoon. It's like any one of those 7 could be the leader at any time, depending on what the mission was. Like, when it came to space, they let Jon cook because he knew what to do or whatever. Like, you know, space missions, that's Jon Stewart. When it came to, like, you know, grounded missions, that was Batman. When it came to, like, you know, alien threats, Superman. Like, you know,
I get what you're saying, of course.
Yeah.
But that's another gripe that you can have with this. Jon's not even been to space yet. He's not even been there once yet.
Yeah.
Like, and in the time skip in 2026, you don't see if he's flying yet. You don't see if he's, like, you know, an actual lantern yet. You don't know what the fuck's happening there. So are they going to wait until 2026 to make him fly to fucking space?
But Adam, get this. It's just the first episode, though. That's what they're going to say.
Yes, it's just the first episode, which I expect them to expand on the lore first. I've watched shows with the first episode where it gives you the entire backstory of the characters. So then by the time you get to episode 2, you actually give a fuck about what's going to happen next. That's how you tell a story. This is not how you tell a story. It's like, haha, Jon Stewart was a child for 5 minutes. Hal shows up on the TV. He gets shot with a gun. Like, he gets an apple shot with a gun. He's now hanging out with Hal. Hal's shown to be a bit of a dick. Then that's basically it. The rest of the show is basically alien guy. There he is.
You want to know what this?
That's it.
You want to know what this reminds me of, Adam? And I think you're gonna agree with me. Hal Jordan is basically Luke Skywalker in the Jedi, like, you know, Last Jedi.
Yeah, no, it's just a grumpy old man for no fucking reason. Like, they need to stop using this trope, man. It's fucking boring. Like, I've seen it in so many shows that, especially like revival shows or even just like a new show where they, for some reason, they will take, like, for example, in a revival show, they'll take a beloved character and make them a complete fucking knobhead and completely shit on their original character. And I'm like, but why?
They're drunk. They given up on society. Like, they believe in nihilism, which, once again, that's everything against Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan would not do this. This is not Hal Jordan, man. This is not Hal Jordan.
No.
Like, even if, okay, let's just say you even like the show. Let's just say, okay, you know what? It's cool. Like, you know, I might not like a couple of things. Even if you like the show, you can't tell me that this is good. It's not good, man. Like, this is not good at all. Like, it
was a boring episode. I sat there for 56 minutes being like, show me something to make me care. Show me something that makes me enjoy this show. And nothing happened. Like, this is going to be an episode that I'm going to have to rewatch because I'm going to forget because it was that forgettable and it was that predictable. I was like, oh yeah, Danny, I take it this is going to happen. Yep. Okay. And I guess this is also what's happening. Yep. You shouldn't be able to predict the full fucking episode within the first 10 minutes. Like, it shouldn't be that predictable. Like, it's a fucking Lantern show. You could have done literally anything as your first episode. You could have opened it up on a fucking... Yeah, I know you're trying to tell the backstory of Jon Stewart, but you could open it up with in the future first. A big battle's going on between fucking Hal and John fighting aliens, and then it cuts back, and then you start to tell the like story. But you give John more of a backstory. Why do I have to wait another 7 episodes just to get a slight bit more that he got shot at when he was a kid? Like, that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's it.
A 5-minute scene. And, like, this is what's annoying me because, like, you know, if you read some of the comic books or, like, watch a couple of the animated movies or TV shows or whatever, John and Hal have the utmost respect for each other. Like, they're really good friends. Like, when they're doing missions together. This one right here is just like they hate each other. Now they probably
It's like the rookie newbie coming in and hating the old guard, and it's like why?
And, okay, let's just say to be fair, you know what? Let's just say, you know what? They're getting off the first comic book where Jon Stewart makes his appearance, which was back in, like, I believe the 70s, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but like they both like had different point of view because, you know, this is going to be the first time a black superhero was holding the Lantern ring or whatever, and like they had some tropes back in the day that would be considered, like, you know, kind of out of date today, right? Or whatever. Like, Jon Stewart's comic book character used to just down talk Hal's character of like, man, why you wearing that mask, man? When a black man doesn't need to wear no mask and everything. Like, they gotta see my pretty face. You know what I'm saying? That's how he used to talk jive in the comic book with his first appearance.
Okay, I got you.
It's like, you know, man, listen here, dude. And, you know, Hal is like the, you know, conservative white dude, like, listen, son, like, you know, man, you ain't my daddy, fool. What's wrong with you? I'm Jon Stewart and everything, you know, like, that's how they used to talk, bro. Like,
no, it's just the fact that I felt like it's not that I went in wanting to like dislike it. I went into it trying to enjoy it, but the problem is that nothing fucking happens. They
Yeah.
make weird decisions like having to throw in the fucking whole idea that Jon Stewart's a vegan for some reason, which I don't see how that furthers the plot in any way. It
Yeah.
doesn't have any weight to it other than making a weird barbecue scene where I'll get you tofu steaks. Like, the dialogue is boring. And that's not me trying to be mean. I was hoping this was going to be good because I've always wanted to see Lanterns done well because we all know the fucking failure that the 2000 and what was it, 7 or 8 Green Lantern with Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds. I can't remember the exact
That's
release
starting
year.
to look like Citizens Kane, man. Like compared to this, like my goodness, at least it was fun. This is not fun. Like once again, I have to say it again. This is the project that James Gunn should have done. Like I'm being serious. This is the one where you just say like, you know, step aside. I'm here or what? Like, you know, once
I
again,
have experience.
like there's a group of characters, the Lantern Corps. You can like pick any character that you want to. It's space, it's galaxy, it's adventure, it's fantastical. You could do whatever you want to do with this one. Like this is like where I say like I have to push back against people on this one. No, this is the project James Gunn should have done. He should not have done Superman. He should have done this one. This is the one. He should have done this one. He should have took over the Lantern Corps TV show or whatever and let somebody else do Superman and Supergirl or whatever.
I like how it was supposed to be Lantern Corps. That was just lanterns, and it doesn't seem like we're going to get a lot of the core in this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you should have done this. This should be in space right now. This is like the fact that we're doing Yellowstone and Landman with the Green Lantern show is stupid. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is really dumb, and this is really stupid.
Took this. This is his forte. This is his resume. He done it with Guardians of the Galaxy. He's done it with other things as well. This is like, don't get me wrong. I liked his Superman. He done Superman well enough. He could obviously do better, but he done it well enough.
Yeah,
but
I like the
with
Superman.
that show, I don't care for the story aspect so far because there's nothing there worth of weight yet. There's no nuance. There's no context to anything. It feels very play by play. Like it just feels like the story arc in it isn't really a proper story arc. Like you get a wee bit of John's upbringing, then you get the whole weird young old man hating shit. They finally find a lead to an alien. The alien threatens them, blows up, and then that's where they leave it off, basically. Other than when obviously the last scene is about obviously Hal Jordan sitting there frozen and shot in the heat. But you know, like where is it gonna go? Like you don't have like it's not like, oh, where's it gonna go? It's more like what way is it gonna go? Is it gonna go good or is it gonna go keep the way it is?
So allegedly, and I think this might be a spoiler. I don't know. You don't care if I tell you this or whatever?
No.
Okay. So like the Hal like is supposed to be dead forever, right? And like his ring actually passes on to Guy Gardner or whatever. That's why Guy is in the show or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Nathan Fillion, but he's not getting the best writer. I love Nathan Fillion. Everything he's in, he kills it. Like I've loved Firefly, Serenity when that came out. I love Castle. I love The Rookie. But this just ain't it, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I understand that people are gonna be like, "Yous are just hating for the sake of hating. Negativity breeds negativity and all that shit." No, I like being positive about shit. When I seen Spider-Man Brandon Damon came on here to talk about it, I was fucking elated. I was so happy. I was happy that we finally got a good movie. Because MCU at the current moment isn't doing much either. And I was really hoping this would be the time for DCU to finally fucking shine for a change and we'd get something worth a note. But we've not. All we've gotten is Superman, a fucking rubbish adaptation of Supergirl. We're getting a Jimmy Olsen show for some reason. But apparently the Blue Beetle show got cancelled. Booster Gold apparently isn't cancelled. It was said it was cancelled, but somebody apparently walked that back. So we're getting all these shows of characters that
no one cares.
Yeah, but we're not getting Wonder Woman. We're not getting Batman. We're not even getting a fucking Flash, man. Like, we're not getting any of the main members of the Justice League, but Man of Tomorrow is meant to be this big, massive cameo fest with all these characters like Lex Luthor and all these other people. Like, obviously, John's already meant to be in it. Guy's meant to be in it. But where the fuck are these characters that are the forefront of the DCU? They're not anywhere to be seen. And that's the problem. It's not because it's just lesser known characters. We finally got a Lantern show for the first time ever on live action. We only ever got one movie. The rest of it has always been animated or comics. This could have been a good time to have a hit and run show with it. Go miles for it. But what we got was just a basic generic. I could go into Netflix and find a show similar to this. HBO, I could find just a normal show that they created on their own. And it's the same. The only difference is the character names.
You can pull up True Detective, you can pull up Sopranos, you can like Entourage or whatever. Like, this is a normal HBO show with happens to be with superheroes or whatever, but it's not. But like, once again, if you are an HBO fan, like, okay, if you just like watching HBO specials or just watching HBO TV every Sunday night or whatever, and you just need something new to replace like House of the Dragon, then this show is going to be for you. Right? This show is going to be for you. You're going to like it or whatever, and that's fine. Like, not everything is for everybody, however. And once again, there's 7 episodes left. You never know. I might change my mind, like, depending on how it's going, but I doubt it.
I could come on here next week after the next episode and be like, that was fucking great. But the issue
What's the most probability? That's what I always go with. Like,
same here. What's the most probable? Because let's be real, we've watched media for years. All of our friends have watched media for years. I know how these stories usually go because I've seen it umpteen times at this point. So if they do something next episode that blows me away, I'll eat my words. I'll be like, "Kill, I was wrong." But if they don't, then I'm just going to be like, okay, is it going to get any better? See if it's like a slow burn and they eventually get somewhere in like episode 5 before season, because obviously it's only 8 episodes as well. So
what's going to irritate me about this, and this is what irritated me about the Daredevil show too. And I love the Daredevil show, the Netflix version, not that Disney Plus version. that was like Born Again was boo boo. Is for some reason, I don't know what it is with superhero media, but they don't want to have them in their costume throughout the whole entire show. I got a vibe that we're gonna get to see Jon Stewart in his Green Lantern suit, like at the either the 7th or the 8th episode.
Yeah, no, that's not even just a HBO Max thing. That seems like a superhero show trope in general. So it was like that with Smallville or all the other CW shows. There was very rare that they would actually show up in the costume. And the ones that did were the fucking worst ones, like Batwomen and things. But most of the good ones, like Gotham, an example, like they wait until the end to finally show them adopting that manner. And I don't want that to be the case with the show. I want to see John coming into his own, having a great story. I want to see what happens with Hal. I want something really good and substantial, not just basic generic storytelling that might lead to something interesting. Like, I wanted this episode to make me feel, oh wow, I could actually really enjoy Lanterns. Even knowing I'm no the biggest Lanterns fan, like I've no really done a lot of like research into Lanterns when it comes to the entire lore and things. I know lore from the animated series, obviously. I've seen them I've obviously played the video games where obviously Hal and John have been in them, and I've liked their iterations. But that's the problem. I don't see even a person that doesn't know these characters really resonating with the characters right now. Because there's nothing, like, if you're just a normal person coming into this, you're going to be like, so what the fuck are these guys all about? I don't actually know. And I don't think that's a good way to start your story.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's because for years I kept on saying, dude, I always wanted a live action Jon Stewart, adaptation show or like movie or whatever. But this is not the way to do it. Like, this is, you don't have to bring Hal Jordan down to here to uplift Jon Stewart or whatever, like, in, vice versa or whatever. How come you can't just have both of them working together? Like,
How about like a buddy cop series? That would be fucking great.
Yeah. like my thing is this: if you like Men in Black or whatever, and you want to do a Men in Black episode where superheroes, I'm there for it. But you got to make Green Lantern, and Green Lantern's not grounded. You know, it's just not. It's not a grounded. It's not a. This is where Green Lantern is basically like, you know, you can do basically whatever you want to do because their power comes from willpower. The
Mhm.
more willpower that they have with the ring, the more dangerous that they are.
Yeah.
That's why for some comic book iterations, and shout out to my boy Kevin, he probably knows a little bit better than I do or whatever, but there's some iterations where like the Guardians didn't even like human lanterns because the thing about us humans is our willpower is so good because we like, you know, depending on who we are, we don't like to give up on things and everything. That's just how
Mhm.
we are, you know, as humans, you know,
It's been shown in so many like alien shows, even not in the Lanterns version or even in the DCU, where aliens hate humans because they have a very bad habit of not giving up and having the most resistance.
yeah. And this is and that was my main thing. It's like, you know, I don't want this. And especially when I'm getting these I mean, and you know me, I don't really like this type of stuff, but I'm getting these racial undertones too. Who you calling Junior and everything? Like you my daddy or something. Wait a minute, hold on, dog. Nah, man, I'm a grown man. You ain't call me no Junior, bro. Like you, it's like nah, dog. We ain't doing that. Nah, 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 nah. We do. John is perfectly fine and everything. Like, you know, no Junior. Like, I don't like
Obviously, I
that.
can't really touch upon that regard because obviously, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm just
But
saying.
I
It's
get what you're
like,
saying. I get what you're saying. I can see where you're coming from as well, obviously. But
cause
that's what I'm saying. It's like the thing that I'm hoping to get out of the rest of this show is that it starts to pick itself up and like
yeah,
I actually start to see John's upbringing, why he is the way that he is.
yeah,
Let me see the dynamic between him and Hal and let me see them be good friends. I don't want this senile old guy being
yeah.
annoyed at the younger rookie. Like that is not what I was after when it comes to the Lantern show. Like, don't
He,
get me wrong, I understand that that's a very, very common plot device nowadays, and I get it can work in certain shows. But you can't keep repeating that shit and expecting it to stick. It's the same with Game of Thrones. Before Game of Thrones came out, there was no such thing as a massive twist. As much as like in shows, as much as it ended up happening after the fact that Game of Thrones kept doing all these mad twists, and some of them weren't even good twists. Some of them were quite bad. I was like, okay, cool, you twisted it, nice. The thing about lanterns, trying to ground something like this is physically impossible. That's why I don't feel it's like trying to make a Superman movie more focused on the Clark Kent side of Superman. It could
yeah,
work in a certain degree, but people come to see fucking Superman. When you go to
yeah,
see lanterns, you come to see the fucking lanterns.
yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up, Cody?
What up, Cody?
Hey.
What's up,
But don't get
man?
me wrong, like that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to just hate on it like
Yeah,
at all. I'm
because
just literally trying to understand what they're trying to do with the show because I don't know where they're going. And it's not in a like I said in the like earlier, it's not in a good way. It's not like, oh, I'm excited to see what's happening. It's more like what way are they going to take this? Are we going to eventually get more in depth, more like context and nuance? Because yeah, you can always give it the reasoning first episode of a show. But I've watched many shows over the years where they've given you so much more to work with
yeah,
whilst going into episode two. And hell, some of them that I've watched are even like what people would class as girly shows or like, you know,
yeah.
not guy shows, like Dawson's Creek or like things like Lil C. The first episode sets up everything.
Sailor
You
Moon.
understand the characters, you know where it's going to go. Like, no, in a bad way. Like, you can see how it's progressing, sort of way.
Yeah,
Where this, it's like, it just felt a bit rushed. And it's not me trying to be overly negative because I get that obviously when people see our reviews, sometimes I think they just think we're trying to hate. But the reason why I'm personally annoyed is because I was excited for this. I was like, okay,
yeah,
I don't talk about my opinions on this stuff as much, like personally or like privately as much these days, because I just want to see what's going to happen first. Because I don't want to come across as always negative. Because like that's what I'm saying. Brand New Day for me, for example, was a perfect movie, 9.5 out of 10 for me. Enjoyed the shit out of it. But something like this, I want to do well because DCU has the baton right now. They could make this into a great like great franchise,
yeah.
but they keep slipping the bag. Like
N-
I've sat here going, all Marvel has right now as much as I love Spider-Man, it's sad to say, that's the only thing Marvel right now has got going for them, and they know that. Like, Spider-Man's just hit 2 billion, right?
Yeah.
That is how you know, right? They had to they're trying to back a lot of their new Marvel stuff off of that Spider-Man movie. That's why there was a bit more, like X-Men involvement. You're getting to see
Yeah.
the Hulk again. Like, I understand why they're doing it, but at least it works, and it's a way to set up the newer generation type stuff. Where this, they could win in this sense, and we could have both great universes. But at the current moment, everything other than Superman, and even at that, Superman's still a divisive thing. Like, I love it, you
Yeah.
like it, some other people don't like it. So
Well,
I'm
that's
worried about James Gunn's DCU at this point, because if this flops and then they do Clayface and then that flops and then we get to Man of Tomorrow, and if that's not a bang 10 out of 10 at all, if that somehow fumbles as well, I don't see
he's
why they would
done.
continue it.
No, because like that's what I kept on trying to tell the boys is like, listen, like, I'm not trying to always be negative, but I always just have to look at a realistic lens or whatever. Like, that's how I grew up or whatever. Like, if something like, there's more misses than makes or whatever. Like, for instance, let's just real quick just go over James Gunn's DCU chart so far. Creature Commandos. Adam, you remember Creature Commandos?
Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it. See? Or like I watched it, but I don't remember anything. I couldn't tell you who was in the characters. No one doesn't care. Superman, although it was 50-50, like a lot of people liked it, a lot of people hated it, or whatever. It underperformed at the box office or whatever. Like Man of Steel did better than James Gunn's Superman. Like, that's not good. That's just not good. Like that's like even if you like James Gunn's Super more than Zack Snyder's Superman, it underperformed. Like it only hit 616 million to Man of Steel 715 million or whatever with the
Yeah.
inflation or whatever. Supergirl box office flop, the worst DC movie of all time. It
Mhm.
holds the it beat Black Adam. It beat
And
like
that's impressive, because no one showed up for Black Adam because we just knew it was going to be a Rock movie 2.0.
yeah, like it beat Black Adam. The Flash did better. Joker,
Oh
folly
god,
all,
the fact that
dude.
The Flash did better. I'm sorry, that movie shouldn't even be a movie.
Dude,
That's an insult to
Joker
me.
2 did better than Supergirl.
Wait, are you taking the mic?
I'm not taking Mick and everything.
The Joker 2 was fucking terrible.
It did, well, guess what? People didn't show up like I told everybody. I just wanted the vindication, by the way. I just want to leave. Vindication right there. I told y'all. And then this is the show. This is the show. This was the show where I was saying, like, I've even bet one of my friends. Shout out to my dog Angry Badger or whatever. Shout out to my dog Angry Badger. Like, go check him out. Tell him, like, if you guys ever see Angry Badger, tell him that MMA Crease sent you his way or whatever. But I had a bet with with my boy Angry Badger. I said, Angry Badger, I think you hated on James Gunn. I think you're being the man. He's starting to look like more like a prophet, man. Because like this was the show.
Hey, if we're gonna give him a shout, we need to give a shout out to Kevin, because he's been on number one hating on Gunn for a long time.
Yeah. No. But get this. It's like this was the show that I said, like, okay, if this show doesn't do good, I will say, you know what? James Gunn doesn't know what he's doing. And like I got 7 more episodes to hope that this show does good. Like, if it doesn't do good, then I gotta like take the knee, as they say, like in the football game, and just say, like, hey, game's over, man. Like this is done or whatever. And then you're expecting me to have Clayface. Clayface is supposed to be the savior of the DCU. Like, congratulations. And then on top of that, you got so much pressure right now, because now you got new owners with the Ellisons or whatever. Once this merger goes through, it's gonna go through or whatever. Like, if you like it or not, if you like the Ellisons or not or whatever, it's gonna go through or whatever. This is nothing but politics that they're doing or whatever. But the deal will go through. James Gunn is not going to work with David Ellison because he's tied with his dad is tied with the president. It's stupid. I know it's dumb or whatever. I wish that people could put their politics to the side and get the business stuff done. But if Man of Tomorrow doesn't do good, if it doesn't do good, not only they're not going to re-sign his contract or whatever, this will be the third time DC has been rebooted, right?
Please no. Just let it die if you can't do it right this time.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, as much as we like Matt Reeves as Batman, Matt Reeves already said he got 2 more movies in him and he's done. So what do we do? Like, where does DC go from there? You know what I'm saying?
And it's not like their animation department's doing any better, because that's also a little hint for the next coming video. It will be covering Batman Cape Crusader. We do have a live stream tomorrow coming up as well. Just a little plug for that. Yeah. But we are going to be covering Batman Cape Crusader. I'm sorry, so far in the animated realm as well, it's just not looking good. It's not it. Like, I really wish DC was doing something more. I wish we were actually getting a Batman, because right now we've got fucking nothing. They're skipping so many stories because they don't want to do origins, which is fine. We've done that in the past. They've done that with Spider-Man and things.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not even getting anything from them. That's the problem. Like, we're getting a Jimmy Olsen show.
Well, you know what? There is some grace. Like September 8th, one of my favorite Batman adaptations is finally coming to film. Like, the animation version of Nightfall is actually coming to film or whatever.
Yeah, but let's just keep our fingers crossed that they don't do a Batman killing joke.
Yeah. So, shout out to...
Let's remember that bad one, because I remember being so excited, being like, Batman killing joke, and then it's like, why is Batman and Barbara a thing in this? Like, what are they doing? Why is this here? I know you're trying to pad out the story, but what the fuck? And obviously, it's your lovely man, Bruce Timm, that was in fucking charge of that. Of course it was. Fucking weirdo. He arguably gave us one of the best animated universes of all time. And then after that, I went, you know what? I'm going to be fucking weird. And ever since then, he's just never went back. Because that's another thing with, like, for example, Batman Cape Crusader. Like, he's in charge of that. And, like, none of that is making sense. This, I really want to do well. I want to come back next week and be like, fuck. Yeah. Okay. We were a bit too harsh. I want to give this an actual chance.
I want this to do good. I want to throw it in Angry Badger's face and say, like, James Gunn knows what he's doing, man. Like,
let's remember, we were all excited when James Gunn got this. We were like, James Gunn, finally, somebody that might actually do something with DCU. Then Superman came out and we're like, okay, James, okay, it wasn't perfect, but we've got it. And then ever since then,
yeah.
I also just think it's also the problem is that when you get someone like James Gunn, and then the people that he obviously knows, and he lets be in charge of this, I feel like too many people try to put their own spin on things, try to, put more politics or more anything else into the story, or like randomly having weird facts. Like, you could have had Jon Stewart as a vegan in this. You didn't have to mention it though. You could just show him not eating meat. That already tells the audience. As the oldest
show
when it comes to shows or movies, show, don't tell.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't hold any weight to the storyline in the episode 1. It's like, he just doesn't eat meat. It's like, it's supposed to be like this grumpy old man taking the mick out of a young up and coming cool guy who's vegan. It's like, okay, kill. Don't care. Like, that could have not been in this, and it would not have changed what I thought.
Yeah, I agree. This is the I want to come back next week. I want to come back next week, and I want to say, like, yo, Adam, this was good episode number 2. I want this to do good, but right now, for my ranking right now, I give it like a 6. Even though I feel like it should be like a 4 right now, I'm gonna give it a 6 because there's some stuff where, like, like they didn't totally emasculate the characters. Like, they still act like men or whatever. They're not sissies or anything like that. It's like, I want Jon Stewart to do good or whatever. I want, Hal is dead or whatever, allegedly, but he's dead. I want to like these people. It's just like the sheriff. She's annoying. The the real life politics that they're doing subliminally, like bringing like real life into the Lantern show because David Lindelof cannot leave his political views alone. Same thing with Tom King. They can't leave it. They can't leave it at the door. They have to. They have to do it. They can't help themselves, or whatever. So that's what I'm just saying. It's like it's really hard to get through this show because I want to like this show so badly, but the things that I always had problems with media today or whoever is they keep on bringing it back. It's like the old Godfather saying is like soon the moment I feel like I'm out, they pull me right back in. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling right now. So like right now it's a 6, even though I feel like it needs to be a 4 or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. This time in the dynamic duo history, I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to be the actual. I'm giving it like a solid 3 for me.
Whoa, a 3?
Like, yeah, dude. Like there was nothing of substance. Like I couldn't get into it. There was nothing that was like, ooh, or like, oh, that's very interesting. It was like, okay, he's vegan, kill. Like for me, like I don't care like about the characters enough yet. Like there's nothing of substance for me to be like, yeah, this is a 7 or a 6 or anything like that. Like all it is grounded. And as everybody knows who knows me, I fucking hate grounded shit. It fucking ruins a lot of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, if it's done well, like Brand New Day, it was fairly grounded, but it still had fantastical elements. See, if it was like that, I'd be fucking all for it.
Yeah.
But it was just solely grounded. There wasn't any fantastical elements. You barely even saw the fucking ring. The ring was just used as a fucking cheap
It's
gag.
a MacGuffin.
It was a gag. He's making a bottle opener, or he's using it to like
counterfeit money.
Yeah, like that's
Hal Jordan would not do that. He's too much of a Boy Scout to do that. Like, you know, he's by the rule. He's by the fucking rules. What's going on? This is not the character. It's not the character. It's not the character. It's not the character.
That's my point. It's like they feel the need to make the old white man jaded, and it's like, why? Like he's not like that though. Also, universally, every other adaptation, let's be real, John and Hal get on very, 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 very well. So the fact that they're doing this, you know, it just screams for modern audiences, which I don't mind if they do it right, but they're not. And that's my biggest issue.
They want to do racial undertones, man. Like the old white man getting threatened by the young, cool black kid, hip black kid and everything, like, you know, that follows orders or whatever. He's like, you know, he's like heck, he kept on calling him yes sir. Like there's nothing calling yes sir, but it was like more of a like in a derogatory way of like he's annoyed of how, and he's like, dude, you make me sick.
They put that in the dialogue as well. He's like, why am I feeling like every time you say sir, it means I fuck you? Like they're clearly hinting at what that's what it means. So it's not like it's fucking hinted at. They fucking outright state it in the script.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like for some reason, DC Comics has hated Hal Jordan for like years. Like years. They just I forgot what the issue. Kevin, I know you're probably watching or whatever. You'll know what issue that I'm talking about or whatever. Where like as soon as Hal Jordan got killed off or whatever, became Parallax or whatever, like they just never forgave Hal Jordan for some reason. They just like hate Hal Jordan. They just write him to either be the villain, a deadbeat, or like, you know, him just being the butt of the Lantern jokes or whatever. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. Since you've mentioned that, I do have to. Oh, sorry, it went away from my head. I was going to mention something there because you were saying that it became the butt of the jokes and stuff. Oh, what was it? Sorry.
I mean, even in Justice League War, man, like when he was like fighting the parademons, he said,
"Oh, that was it." Sorry, I remembered.
Yeah, like he got beaten up. Like I'm like, what happened to Hal Jordan? Like, why are they making him look like a clown, man? I don't like this, dude. Like,
well, put it this way, right? People hated on Jason Todd until he died, and then all of a sudden they cared about the character. So I can see why it's happened again with another DC character. It's funny. I just find it bizarre. Like, why is it that you vote someone or you don't like a character because, you know, they change or whatnot? You kill them off. And then they get brought back and you're like, oh, yeah, I've always liked him. No, you fucking didn't. There was a vote, man. There was a vote. And then now people are coming out and be like, "Oh, the vote was rigged," and "Oh, apparently it wasn't actually a fact." It's like, no, it was a fucking fact. People wanted him dead because he was a carbon copy of Dick Grayson. In the original storyline of Jason Todd, he was with the Flying Todds.
Yeah. They actually, like, I think that I forgot who it was, but they actually said that Jason Todd was always going to die, even if the votes said that they want him to live. They already rigged it for it to like say that he was going to die because, like, you know, like you just said or whatever.
Because nobody gave a fuck because he was just a carbon copy. And this is why I'm saying, like, yeah, it's okay to do alternative takes on characters. Don't get me wrong, you can do that and it can work. Like, Matt Reeves' Batman isn't like first year Batman. It wasn't exactly like the Batman we know. He had elements of it, but it wasn't completely. But it was the rest of the story that also held it together. When it comes to Superman, he was a Boy Scout. He was doing all the cool. He was saving fucking squirrels from big monsters. That's what you want to see. Right now, I'm not seeing any of that in the Lanterns characters. I'm not
Yeah.
seeing their characters as much. Like, don't
Well,
get me wrong, John's probably closer than Hal, but Hal is being fucking butchered right now.
yeah, I was gonna say this, like, and this is the first time people seen these characters in live action, and now you just ruin people's first experiences on how these characters are supposed to be done in live action because now people are always gonna think that Hal Jordan's a senile old white man and everything. That's what they're gonna think.
And that's
That's
the way they're going to write him in the comics going forward. Because if we've learned anything, look at MCU and DCU. When Nick Fury became obviously Nick Fury, all of a sudden Nick Fury was black in the comic books. You know, all of a sudden Jeffrey Wright becomes Commissioner Gordon, and the Cape Crusader, all of a sudden Commissioner Gordon's black again. Like, they copy it. They copy what was the most successful at the time. And sometimes the movie was successful in box office draw, but as an actual overall movie, it was fucking shit and everybody hated on it. But they went to see it because they were sold on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Or like, I know people are gonna, have an issue with me saying this, but as I like to call it, the Nolan effect. It's the Nolan effect. It's the fucking Nolan effect. You can ground something. Yes. You can make it more realistic. Cool. But don't get rid of all the fucking main parts that create the fucking character. It's like that in Spider-Man, but it's like taking Spider-Man, for example, right? Going, you know what? I don't like the fact that he has web shooters. I'm going to give him organic webs. That I'm taking piss by that. But I'm going to give him organic webs. You see that Spider-Man costume? I fucking hate it. He's going to wear green and pink now because I fucking said so. But that's not the character. Oh, but yeah, but it's my own take.
It's my version, okay?
It's
like,
my
you know,
version. Yeah, that's cool. So your version now doesn't look anything like Spider-Man. It sounds more like a fucking weird Mysterio ripoff in a spider costume, but okay, sure. And it's like, but I'm going to ground it. So you're never really going to see Spider-Man powers. You'll see them from time to time, maybe at the end of the series. But until then, he's just going to be Peter Parker studying at Midtown High. Oh yeah, because that's fucking great. Who wants to watch that? Well, yeah, kid being a student, great. It's not like didn't have like fucking thousands of shows like Degrassi, fucking OC, fucking all these other things that Saved by the Bell or Boy Meets World, all set in fucking high school already. Like, that's the point. Like, you're taking like an established character and manipulating the character to fit your narrative for the sake of fucking fitting your narrative. It's not like you're doing anything interesting. So far, when it comes to a show, you can always go, it's the first episode. But I just don't think that's worthy enough reasoning to give it a pass now. Like, maybe in the past, yeah, because sometimes with older shows, it didn't start off great. But nowadays, there's shows that can start off with a fucking banging first episode. But we don't get it anymore.
It sets the tone. Like, that's just the thing. Like, you have to understand. Like, nowadays, your first episode sets the tone of your whole entire show. If you don't get people hooked within the first, like, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, or whatever, no one's gonna care, or whatever, So yeah, that's why I just that's why I just say is like, this is not meant for superhero fans. All right, this is not for superhero fans. This is for HBO fans. Which, once again, that's fine. That's cool. Welcome to the fandom. You're gonna hear a lot of comic book nerds be mad at you guys, just throwing it out there or whatever. This is not the Lantern. This is not Lantern.
It's the studios.
it's like this is not the Lantern. This is not Green Lantern. This is not Green Lantern. This is just True Detective with like Lantern elements and Men in Black elements in it. It's not. This is not good or whatever. James Gunn, I'm being serious. Like, this is the one time that I wish James Gunn actually did the show. Like, this is the one time where I wish that, he like made it goofy. It's like you can make it goofy with the lanterns. You could get away with it, and I'll be all right with it because you could pass that or whatever. This is the perfectly good time to make this show goofy. What I mean by goofy is like you can have silly moments, but it can still be part of like grounded too in everything. Like this is. I don't need Batman in my Green Lantern show. I'm sorry, I don't need Batman in my Green Lantern show. I don't like it.
That like reiterating on that part. That was fucking stupid. Why is your introduction to Batman, and it's not even Batman, it's Commissioner Gordon in a Lantern show, which is like a 2-second scene that you had to really listen out to hear what the actual fuck she was saying on the phone anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm genuinely wanting to enjoy this. I want them to do something with Batman. I want to like, even if they fucking do some surprise shit and they hard launch another character off of this show, at least they're trying to do something different.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not seeing anything different. It's just normal. And that's what makes me sad because HBO is a phenomenal place for some phenomenal shows. Let's be real. They've delivered on so many great shows over the years, like The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, these sort of things. Don't get me wrong, like Game of Thrones went shit at the end, but we don't talk about that. But
first season of Peacemaker, Penguin, like they did
Entourage,
whoever.
These are all great shows, and that's the thing where I feel like this is what was missing for these types of shows. Like this show is that they establish a lot of stuff in the first episode that make you go, I want to come back. This, on the other hand, I'm like, okay, I sat and waited 56 minutes just to get to something that doesn't even have a conclusion yet.
It's like I said, if you're a superhero fan, you're probably not gonna like this show. But if you're like into True Detective, Sopranos, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna like this. Like that's basically what's gonna happen. Like you're gonna like the murder mystery element of this. And once again, that's fine. But this is Lanterns. It's a superhero show. We shouldn't no, this is supposed to be a superhero show. I need the super and the hero, and like this is not it. This is not heroic. This is just another nihilism show, and I'm tired of nihilism. It's dumb. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's why Superman done so well. Is because it finally had a hopeful character for a change. It's like you want hope in your shows, especially in superhero shows. The whole point of being a superhero, right? The reason why we resonate with these characters and why we love them so much is because they stand for something more than themselves. Spider-Man is a prime example. That dude gets fucking beaten up, never has a fucking happy ending, but he still gets up and smiles through the next day.
Yeah.
We don't get that in most superhero shows anymore. Batman's constantly always fucking negative now, and he never fucking seems to find his own hope again. Obviously, Matt Reeves is changing that, hopefully by Batman Part 2, so hopefully that will get, that's guaranteed to be good, let's be real. But
Part 2 and Part 3. They're doing
they're guaranteed to be bangers, right? Let's be real. They're guaranteed to be bangers because he knows the assignment, he knows what he has to do with the character, because he also listens to the fans. Anyway, regardless.
Listen to the fans.
Where the issue with a lot of these ones is that you need them to feel super. Hal didn't seem like a hero in this. He seemed like a jaded version of Bruce Banner, like Professor Banner.
Yeah, he hates life. He's given up on life. Life has kicked him in the butt, and he just he's that drunk friend that he's waiting for a car to hit him.
The character in Masters of the Universe, the daughter's father.
Heavy man of arms or whatever.
Yeah, man of arms. That's essentially this character again. And I'm noticing that that's in a lot of shows right now in movies. Where it's the Jake Skywalker effect. It's Luke Skywalker, however, in not Return of the Jedi, Last Jedi and everything. It's just like he's given up on hope. He hates everybody. He feels like a failure, and I don't want to see that anymore. Like I'm tired of that. It's dumb. Yeah,
and that was my main reason why I couldn't stand Dark Knight Rises, because if you know Batman, I'm sorry, I gotta do a Dark Knight Rises disc because it's just like
Oh, here we go.
it's
Okay,
to this
I'll
it's
sit
to
back
this
and let
point.
you do your thing.
It's to the point. It's to the point. Okay, Batman never gives up. Okay, Batman never gives up. He did like you're telling me 5 years that he just sits on the sideline like the Gotham City is going to crap. I don't believe it, Nolan. That's right, Nolan. I'm talking to you. Like 5 years, please. Okay, like Batman never gives up. Okay, I just have to say that. But yeah, that was just the thing.
Uh, fair enough, fair enough. But no, like, it's just that I'm getting sick and tired of seeing superheroes. Like, I don't want to see them always being nihilistic. Like, they're always about bringing hope to the people. How can they
Yeah,
bring hope to people if they're not hopeful? Like, it
yeah.
doesn't work, you know? But I
That's
think this is
Yeah,
anyway.
that's it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We went a good hour and 5 minutes, and we got like 8 more episodes of this, man. I mean 7 more episodes.
You know what? Every episode after we watch it, once it goes live, we'll just go live and just give our thoughts because I want to give my opinion on this, but I also want to enjoy it. I hope I come back next week being like, holy shit, I'm a dumbass. I can forgive the first episode. Hopefully, it gives it more weight to the story of episode one. Because if they're going to do this whole, you know, like going back and forth, let's hope that they somehow make it make sense in the second episode. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So, anywho, if you've enjoyed the rant, if you've not, let us know in the comment section below. We're more than happy to hear other people's opinions. We're happy with. We don't take our opinions so seriously. So if you feel like we're being dumbasses, put that in the comment section. We'll make sure to read that shit. But anyway, if you have enjoyed, press that like button, hit the subscribe button. And I have been Kane and Wolf. That has been MMA King Crease Jr. And we shall see you guys in the next gen.
Peace.